What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. So I wanted to put this in front of the video before we get into the main piece. I wanted to just announce to you that my next video will be a profound piece. Profound. I'm bringing some information in my next video that I think a lot of us are not aware of. I wasn't aware of it. I was shocked by what I've learned. I think that you're going to be too. You do not want to miss my next video. You do not make a note if you have to. Put a sticky on your computer, whatever you got to do. It's imperative that you see this next video that I'll be releasing after this one. All right. So I just wanted to make sure I put that announcement at the beginning, and so that you'll know about that upcoming video. All right. So let's just go on into this. This should be. I don't know if this is my final word on Prince because this is a still evolving and moving and shifting story. So this is what I'm offering you, my latest and potentially my last word on the whole Prince thing. All right? All right, let's go. What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. So I'm sure I'm a little late to the party on this one, but whatever. Anyway, as we probably all have learned now, and actually I want to shout out MW because MW sent me this before this what's today, like a couple days ago. And it's interesting because after I saw this, then I saw a report on TMZ that TMZ was reporting affirmatively, like they weren't even saying, they were saying we know for sure that the whole emergency landing of Prince's plane the days before his death was due to an overdose on painkillers. So this one says, did Prince overdose on opiates and receive a Narcan shot? I want to just look at this quickly, but I have another direction that I want to go in with this whole Prince thing, and I really want my women to be listening very carefully to this video. Just a random note too, I will tell you that my youngest nephew, his father, who was murdered, bore a striking resemblance to Prince. Big time. Big time. Like, I wish I had dug through and found a picture of him and put that up, because you wouldn't believe it. And that picture kind of reminds me somewhat of him. All right, minus the hair and the extreme eyebrows. All right, whatever. We're moving on. I'm over it. All right, Prince was hospitalized on April 15, about a week before his death, after his jet made an emergency landing in Illinois on the way back from 2 concerts in Atlanta. His plane made an unscheduled stop. And by the way, with all the talk of this plane, I wanted to I guess I don't have that. Okay, strike that too. I'm over it. Anyway, his plane made an unscheduled stop at Quad City International Airport in Moline, Illinois at about 1 a.m. TMZ reported at the time. His representative said Prince had been battling the flu and completed the trip home to Minnesota about 40 minutes away after a brief stay at the hospital. The legendary pop singer had also canceled 2 shows on April 7 in Atlanta, also citing the flu. But TMZ is now reporting that it was a drug overdose that landed Prince in the hospital in Illinois on April 15, not the flu. The legendary singer's overdose was triggered by Percocet, an opiate painkiller, TMZ reports. He was given the prescription drug for hip pain, the site reports. Sources tell TMZ that Prince was given what was called a save shot to reverse the effects of an opiate overdose. Naloxone, sold under the brand name Narcan, is a life-saving drug that is used as an antidote for opiate overdose. Naloxone blocks or reverses the effects of opiate medication. including extreme drowsiness, slowed breathing, or loss of consciousness. An opioid is sometimes called a narcotic, according to drugs.com. Naloxone is used to treat a narcotic overdose in an emergency situation. This medicine should not be used in place of an emergency medical care for an overdose. All right, and there's a picture of it. K something whatever TV is reporting that Prince was brought to a hospital in the Twin Cities on April 20th and was seen by a doctor. Witnesses have told TMZ that Prince was seen later that night at a Walgreens store. Actually, I like to say it like them old ladies used to say it in the Walgreens commercial. Walgreens. Where'd you go? I went to Walgreens. Walgreens. I just went to Walgreens. I don't know why that cracks me up so bad. Anyways, on the morning of April 21, police and other and by the way, this picture TMZ said was the last picture of him taken alive the morning of his death. Or the evening before, like in the afternoon. So it was the evening before, like late afternoon, and the next day he was dead. Oh, that kills me. It always kills me, you know, even when we were doing a lot of those police shooting stories and stuff, you guys, that when we see footage and stuff like that, we know what the end is. And I've always been that person, like, just even looking at this picture, we know that he's in the last hours of his life there. That kills me so much, I can't tell you. It anyway. On the morning of police and emergency responders were called to Princess, Minnesota. Okay, we already know the rest of it. All right. Couple things I want to say. First thing is, you know, my favorite, if I have to, I like a lot of his songs, but one of my I think probably if I had to pick, it's going to be I Would Die For You. But if they said you can only pick one Jedi, that's it, you only get one, I would have to go with a song that he did called Thieves in the Temple. If you don't know that song, please go and try and hear it. Try and hear that. I love that song. And try to hear him doing it, not some cover or some instrumental or some karaoke or something like that. Try to hear him singing it. It's called Thieves in the Temple. I love that song. Oh my God. I love everything about it. But anyway, it's between that one and I Would Die For You, you know. But as I mentioned, I want my women to be listening carefully because I have a question for my female audience. Why was Prince able to be the man even though he was walking around in, for lack of a better term, drag? You know, and it wasn't even just the drag. It was you know, it was lashes, and it was, you know, it was makeup, and it was full on women's hairstyles and big hoop women's earrings and high heels and chiffon and lace and thongs. And I even saw something they showed in the footage, you know, because a lot of stuff is being shown on him right now, but you know, where he had on like some kind of coat, and then when he's moving around and it's flying around, you see he's wearing like a woman's bodysuit, you know, that's a thong. And I never understood why Michael Jackson was called gay with just a high-pitched voice. There was, other than that, there was nothing effeminate about Michael. There really wasn't. Was he the most masculine dude? No, but you couldn't go, oh my God, this dude is effeminate, you know. Michael wasn't that. But he always got the crap. But yet Prince was the man. And I'm asking my women, please, for the love of humanity and God the Creator, could you please If you one of them women that's just, oh my God, it's Prince, are you in love with him just because he is Prince and he was already allowed to be accepted? In other words, let me phrase it a different way. If he was not famous and he was just at the local supermarket, all in some heels and chiffon and lace and all of it, would you have been like, ooh, I gotta holler at him, girl? I really want to know the answer to that, because, and this isn't about slandering him or anything, I just, as a male, I would really like to know that. Especially as a black man, because so much premium is put on over masculinity in the black community. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not a man unless you speak Ebonics and you got some voice that is from hell and all the other bullshit. Also add to that Prince was doing this not in 2016 when we talking about can transgenders use bathrooms that they feel like they are sexually assigned to. We talking about he was doing this shit back in the, like, I guess the 80s, it's maybe probably the 70s too, but the 70s and 80s and 90s, certainly the 80s, when that would not have been like, you can't do that. But he was always allowed to get away with it and still have black folks okay with that. I ain't talking about anybody else. I'm only talking about our people. To me, that's the story. That's one of the other big fun, after you get past his musical genius and all that. That's the story for me. That's the phenomenon. How was this man? And by the way, he wasn't 6'2". He was like 4 foot something and skinny. How was he the man? What about that? And again, I say to the women, was it because he was already a known entity? Or would you really have hollered at this 4 foot something dude in 4-inch heels and thongs and lace and chiffon and taffeta and whatever other shit y'all wear? Silk. Would you have been like, oh my God, it's Prince, give it to me? I want to know the answer to that. And I think I speak for a lot of brothers. I want to know that from my women. Start typing. Start typing, my sisters, because you could educate us on this right now, because this is, to me, is a major, that's the story, you know. Wow, how was that able to be? You know? Because I will tell you that, you know, I grew up very sheltered. Our home life was very sheltered. And my first real exposure to Prince was Purple Rain. And I was like, this is the gayest thing I ever saw, ever. It was hard for me to watch. You know, I mean, you take the whole context of the movie, there was other stuff that made it, you know, oh, this is a good movie, but as far as his performance, like, that was my first real exposure to him. I don't know if I had heard his name before then. I probably did. I think one of my sisters had an album, and probably I had maybe seen the When Doves Cry video. I think that may have came out before the movie, but I just thought, this is the gayest thing ever. Everything about it. Everything about him. And it wasn't just his dress. It was like the pinky finger up when he sings with the microphone, and the bucking and batting the eyes, and I didn't believe, it didn't seem genuine to me when he kissed Apollonia. I think I may have puked in my mouth. It was just hard for me to watch. And then the masturbating with the guitar, it was just, I really just thought this, so that even makes my question even more profound of what I'm asking of the women right now. How is that attractive to women? And we're not talking about just like one or two heifers. I mean, Prince was, his appeal was to women. How is that? And he had Sheila E. And he had Apollonia. And my friend Vanity. And the various other women that he was linked to. And then the marriage and all. And so, I mean, I don't understand. Maybe my question isn't so much about him. Maybe my question is about women. I don't know. Help me out. God damn it. God damn it. Ugh, I'm over it. I would like to know the answer to that, and even when you think about the lyrics to I Would Die For You, it begins with I'm not a woman, I'm not a man. I'm something that you never understand. I guess he's talking to me. I'm not the woman. I'm not the man. I'm something that you never understand. I never beat you. I never lied. That was my joint though, and the little hand movement. I would die for you. I wish I was on camera. Um, Even the second verse, I'm not your lover. I'm not your friend. I'm something that you never comprehend. No need to worry, no need to cry. I'm your messiah, and you're the reason why. 'Cause you know, I would die for you. I mean, the story was good. It was, like I say, it was just he was difficult to watch for me as a male. It was difficult for me to watch Purple Rain, especially someone who, like, that was my first thing of him. Like, oh, it just, and all the womanly hairstyles, and it was just all womanly for me. It just was. I don't know what Prince's sexual identity was, and I'm not really even concerned about that so much. I don't think. I think for me, it's just what I'm stating. It's like, what, why was that okay with women, particularly black women? Why? How? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so let's answer that question, ladies. Help the brothers out. Help us understand that appeal. Do we need to be walking around in chiffon and lace and heels and ruffles and, you know, um, anyway, holla at your boy. This could be a moment of education, and I'd like to know I'd like to know the answer to that. And as I said, also everybody do go and look up that song "Thieves in the Temple" because I don't really hear a lot of people talk about it at all. I don't even know when I discovered it or how. I don't know. I don't know. Um, but I love that song. Love come quick, love come in a hurry. There are thieves in the temple tonight. They don't care where they kick, just as long as they hurt you. There are thieves in the temple tonight. Love, if you're there, come save me from all this cold despair. Da-na-na-na. I can hang when you're around, but I surely die if you're not there. Love, come quick. Love, come in a hurry. There are thieves in the temple tonight. Yeah. Voices from the sky say rely on your best friend to pull you through. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't really truly, 'cause my only friend is you. Ooh, 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 ooh. tempo tonight. Anyway, I ain't Prince, goddammit. Go hear him do it. But that is the joint. I don't know what about it, but I'm just one of these people. If I don't have to know, just if I hear music or a song and it hits me, that's all I need. Now it could be country, it could be, goddammit, Celine Dion, it could be, rock or metal. It doesn't matter. If just, I think I'm probably the best gauge of what's good good music. You know what I mean? Because that's really music. Like if you just somebody sticks in one thing, like I only like this type of music, you're not really a music lover. You're a music of you're a lover of a certain type of music. You can't really call yourself a music lover. You see, I think when you just allow music to just either it's truth to you or it's not. And anyways, and among his library of music, that song is everything for me. Thieves in the Temple. So, all right, ladies, let us know. Help the brothers understand. You see what I'm saying? Does the Jedi need to go and buy 10-inch heels? Do I need to do that? So I'm saying. Do I need to cover one eye with lace? Do I need to do that? Okay. Anyways, I will say this too in closing, everybody. I'm inclined to have a cautious doubt or apprehension about this whole overdose thing, because Prince was high energy, and I don't think you could really do that on painkillers. If you're Anna Nicole Smith, yeah, you could do that because you ain't really doing nothing but posing and standing around looking glamorous and shit. But this man had to be 100%. I mean, I play violin, I play French horn, I play piano, and to play instruments at the level that Prince played at, you have to be sharp. You can't be bogged down. You can't even be drunk with alcohol. It's inconsistent, I think. And I think, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just offering this as a sober sort of to say, let's look at all the parameters before we just accept what we're being told. Let's look at what is known. And what is known is that Prince was at the highest level of performance as a musician. You see? And vocally, we'd have to even throw that in, because you've got to have your voice there too, and you really can't do that if you don't have your wind. So I don't know. I just, could he have had some sort of a something that we know he had a hip replacement or something like that, or hip surgery or something? Could he have had some kind of other something where he was prescribed something and then just acutely overdosed on it? Yes, that could happen, but I would be more inclined to believe that than, oh, there's this history, this long, strung out history of he's on this, and then, oh my God, he overdosed. This is somebody who was a vegan, who didn't even allow people to bring fast food into Paisley Park. He said, because I saw a sister that was saying, he said, because she brought some Wendy's in, and he was like, I guess she didn't get the memo. He was like, nothing that had a soul or eyes gets eaten or comes in here. It just don't happen. You see what I'm saying? And he wasn't, we've never, all the years Prince was on the scene, we never saw him stumbling out of any place drunk. Nobody has ever attached intoxication to this man that I know of. Never attached it to him. No scandals. So I just think we should be cautious. If I were you, I'd take precaution. Um, there may be more here than meets the eye. I just, we have to always leave the door open for that. We just goddamn it do. So, anyways, talk back to me, ladies. Well, everybody, but especially my ladies, talk back to me and answer that question and help us understand. You understand what I'm saying? We would really appreciate that. All right. This is the Jedi.